Hello everyone, today we are with this Hyundai i20 that makes a humming noise at high speeds from the rear right side. I couldn't show you that on camera because it happens only when the car is loaded. So the noise is actually something like So in a few minutes and a couple of simple steps we will replace the rear hub which already contains the wheel bearing. In the first step, lift the car and remove the rear wheel. Using a 14mm socket, remove the two bolts of the rear brake caliper. The brake rotor is held with a Phillips screw. Be careful and use a good bit that will grip tightly, because those screw heads wear out very easily. The rotor won't come out right away because the parking brake pads hold it from the inside. So with a few hammer strikes, we'll remove the rust that makes the rotor and the pads stuck together.
כן, זה כבר יוצא. עזוב.
And remove the rotor. We only left with disconnecting the connector of the speed sensor by pressing and pulling it. And remove the hub itself, which is held from the inner side with 4 bolts with a 14mm head. Some of you might see the yellow Peugeot cabriolet from behind, and you surely understand that it's already driving, and that is definitely the case. I will soon upload an update video regarding the process of the project. I don't got much free time to make the videos right now because of my personal life, so for those of you who are not familiar yet with the project, I put a link to the playlist of the Peugeot so you can watch it later. Note that it's possible that the wheel hub got stuck over time as well. Therefore, it is possible to take a hammer and a chisel or a flathead screwdriver and give a few strikes on the hub itself from the inside, which will get it loose. Now we will assemble the new wheel hub with its 4 bolts. And don't forget the spacer that sits on top of the hub. I tightened the bolts to specs, which is 55 Newton meters. We will return the rotor to its place and screw back the Phillips screw. Some of you might disagree with these steps and say that the screw is unnecessary. I prefer to put it back. To make it easier to assemble the brake caliper, we will remove it from its support bracket by removing 2 bolts with a 14mm head that connect the 2 parts. We will put the bracket back on, but it turns out that the tightening of the hub bolts earlier was the right thing to do, but not at the right time. The spacer needed a little bit more space so that we could insert the bolt of the caliper into place. So I loosened the 3 bolts holding the spacer and then easily assembled the caliper bracket back into place. And after mounting the caliper bracket, I torqued the bolts once again to 55 Newton meters. We will return the brake pads and brake caliper. It is recommended to decompress the caliper a little bit to make it easier. Tighten the 2 caliper guide pin screws, and we have reached the very end of the work. Put the wheel back, and at this time make sure you have liked the video, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, now it's the time to subscribe. Lower the car to the ground, And just before going for a test drive, press the brake pedal a few times to return pressure and the caliper to its desired position. And we will also make sure that the handbrake is tight enough and not loose, even though we didn't mess with its mechanism at all, just to be safe. Successful. See you on the next one.